All right, so then, what's up, viewers, to the Gamer DMZ podcast? I'm Mega Elixir, now in a new coat of paint with my profile picture. You know, I have to represent my favorite one of my favorite PlayStation series of all time, Ratchet and Clank, and yeah,
Good job. Good job.
Mhm.
thanks.
So let's start this off and start off as we usually do. What are we playing?
Ooh.
Can I start first?
Sure can.
Oh, go ahead.
All right, so I play I say I played a good variety. Um, Today, definitely today. I was looking at my backlog and I decided, you know what? For now on, I'm going to focus on the shorter games on my backlog. So so basically the games that I've recently played is Metroid Dread on the Nintendo Switch. Um Today I've actually beaten Sly Cooper 3 and I've moved on to the fourth game, Sly Cooper Thieves of Time. Just started that game. And and I probably might play Infamous, you know, after this stream, to be honest. Or maybe Psychonauts too. Who knows? But yeah, that's about it.
Double.
Introduce
I'm
yourself, Double.
currently playing Far Cry 6 and Binary Domain, and I'm still working on Chorus.
Very good. This is the one. I'm still playing what I'm playing. Went back and I started. Well, I got to finish. Um, what am I? I got to finish. Well, I'm not finishing. I'm just replaying Wolfenstein, the new Colossus on the PC. I just wanted to play that again. And Plague's Tale. I'm playing that on the PC. Playing Skyrim on the Series X. And that is about it for the week.
Oh, so you playing Plague's Tale on PC, huh?
Hey, the game.
No, I'm playing Plague's Tale on the Xbox. I
Oh,
was mistaken. I'm playing Wolfenstein on the uh, PC and Hellblade on the PC. I'm sorry, I stand corrected.
Man,
So
I
I'm
saw you
playing
playing
those.
that current game.
Yeah.
double dipping, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I'm always gonna double dip. If I pay for it, I can double dip.
I know that's right. It's my money.
It's my there you
Yeah,
go. I'm a double dip as long
Need
as
the
I can find
nether.
it. Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna double dip on PC too then. Okay.
Yeah, you need to.
Mr. Gamer Score.
But at least you're not in last place for now.
I
For
don't know
now.
who that could
Whatever.
be. I don't know who that could be.
So
I don't
I'll
Hey,
know,
go.
but
whatever.
I'll go
okay.
next.
Oh,
Jazzy Moto
okay.
here. What have I been playing? Still playing the same stuff. Been slacking on Elden Ring though. Mainly.
That's a surprise.
It's been a busy week. Fall Guys. Just a little bit of farming in Elden Ring, but I've mostly jumped back into Destiny 2. So that's my main focus right now, getting my light level back up because it's been so long since I played that game. The part-time job, I want to get something out of it, but that's another thought.
Yeah, that's a part-time job.
For real.
Low
Unless,
pay too.
Yep, low to no pay.
I
unless you're
wonder if
streaming,
like, I
you're
wonder
popular.
if you could say it since it's a part-time job, but you play all the time. I wonder if you can say that's what do you call it in the gaming industry? Crunch. When you get paid
Crunch
low
time.
wages.
Yeah, being a streamer, I guess. But yeah, that's it for the time being. I also have a few indie PC games I can't wait to jump into. So check me on the streams for that.
And what day you stream? again?
I stream Tuesday if it's not a busy day. The occasional Wednesday. Every Friday and every Saturday I do drawings in the morning.
Okay.
So, yep.
And last but not least,
Hey. Sir Rich in full effect. But I've just been playing Destiny 2. I've been enjoying the Crucibles after I got some light. Still playing Max Payne on Wednesdays on my stream. Over on that old Twitch, that boy. Let's see. What else? I haven't been playing Fall Guys. Still been playing Naraka. And started playing Hearthstone again. That's the one thing I've been playing more other than Destiny. All the others. Yeah.
so you've been rocking some games.
Mm-hmm. Because a card game, man, it's all strategy. I like the thinkies.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So who's going to lead off with our first topic today? Who wants to lead off? What was our topic of discussion we're going to lead off with?
Double. What was the
Crunch.
Yeah, I got too many tabs open.
Oh. You said crutch?
I think it's Crunch. Since it's been hot this week.
And who's been talking
As
about
the one
crunch?
says.
Yes. There's been many people still talking about the Microsoft, the head of Xbox Studios had something to say about crunch. And I guess all the other people have started to put in their 2 cents, saying that he, with Jeff Booty is his name, Matt Booty. That's him, Matt Booty. I hate that name. But I don't know what it is. Matt, I hate that name. Not that I hate his name, but some people are taking it the wrong way. Needless to say, a lot of people were commenting that he was covering up for Starfield development and Bethesda because they were doing crunch. And I could see that he was saying a lot of people like to focus on the past. And what he was trying to say is that what they're reporting happened when they were developing Fallout 76 and maybe some of Starfield before Microsoft got engaged. And then once Microsoft got engaged, I'm assuming because I'm not there, that it stopped. Or they're putting their foot down to not let crunch go too far, not let people participate in crunch per se. So then like I said, a lot of people were negative to that, like Microsoft was supporting them. I didn't really think they were supporting. I just thought to myself, they were like, hey, this is what's happening. This is how we addressed it. I don't see an issue with that. Crunch will occur.
Well, I mean, what are they really saying is that Microsoft don't put pressure on their devs to get these games out. I mean, this is the only reason why the topic came up. Because there's no first party game coming out this year. And then with God of War coming out November 9th, that just made it worse.
So in essence, are they saying you damned if you do or damned if you don't?
Right.
So
I would rather get the polished game instead of them pulling out stuff that's just unfinished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the name of the game nowadays. Get it out, fix it later.
Right, which is wrong to me.
There's been a few companies that still had some good releases. Few.
I mean, who wants a Cyberpunk? You know?
No one wanted. I'm interested in playing it now. I forgot that was one of the games I skipped over because I didn't think it was polished enough, as you said. But now they put enough into it. What has been like a year now?
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to get all them kinks out.
Or has it been 2? How long has Cyberpunk been out? It's been a while.
It's going on 2 years.
I
It
know.
came out in 2020, right? December 2020 or
I
November
believe
2020?
so.
I'm assuming December
Dec-
2020.
December
Yeah, December
10th.
December 10th, 2020.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took them 2 years to get the game polished, and they still working on it. So that's kind of like
Mm.
what? How long would they wait? Would you give them another year, and then it would have been about a year in improvements, and then, like you say, would that have been under crunch pressure or not?
Right. I mean, they were forced to push the game out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Corporate greed.
Definitely, because it was a name that they know was gonna sell no matter what. Same with the Warcraft 3. They were like, just get it out. The fans will buy it. Just put a bad taste in people's mouths.
Yeah, I mean, I was seeing all that on my Twitter feed is that oh, Microsoft don't got no first party games coming this year. Oh, they don't have this, they don't have that.
It's okay if I like interrupt a little bit. Well, first and foremost, just a thing to debunk it. And for a while, I thought that Microsoft wasn't putting out any first party this year, but doesn't Hellblade 2 count?
It's not coming out this year though.
Wait, they said because I thought it's like 2022, like fall or something.
No,
They
it's
never
20.
put out a release date on Hellblade
Oh,
2.
they didn't.
They never put it. No.
Oh,
Starfield
okay,
was the
okay.
only one that had got. Well, Starfield and Redfall were the only ones that got a release date. No, actually,
Yeah,
no.
again,
Redfall, they said summer 2022. But, you know, they got pushed back. So,
well, okay. Okay.
Who do you blame? Because
I
again,
mean,
it's always you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If
yeah,
it would
I
have
mean,
came out broken, then more people would have been upset and complaining that said companies do not know how to make games because they throw in trash out there. And everyone is kind of afraid of the cyberpunk effect.
Cyberpunk with No Man's Sky.
Well, No Man's Sky kind of what they bought themselves a reprieve and made a
By
better game.
Yeah, but at what cost? Because initially they did the same thing. Initially, they overpromised on what was ready,
And well, they definitely overpromised them.
but they came true over time. But
That's what the overpromise.
how long was that? Did that take? It's the same conversation in my mind.
Well, yeah, but you haven't played Starfield yet, so they for No Man's Sky promised the world, and it wasn't the case. Whereas Starfield said XYZ is going to come out one day, and they just said they're going to put it out because it doesn't meet their expectation. And I guess it was the cyberpunk effect. But what I still have a problem with is when you talk about crunch, and people talk about crunch, you look at again, which I find funny that Microsoft, and I do agree with what they're doing, held all these games out. Yet you see all the commercials for Redfall. If you notice on YouTube, you'll see. I've seen a Redfall commercial at least 3 or 4 times, but as if it's coming out this summer, but it's not. So I don't know. I think the game was finished, or darn near finished, and they just wanted to put more polish on it, which I have no problem with. But I just feel as though people just want to put the narrative that Microsoft has too many studios, they can't control it, therefore crunch. Uh, they're going to let people get away with crunch, which wouldn't
yeah.
be good. But here's what I do have to say. And we can move on to the next topic if no one else has anything else to say about it. But there's only one company, one studio, I think, need a shake up and a management change ASAP at Microsoft.
Who would
Who
that
that may
be?
343.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
I think they need to get rid of the manager or the president. I forget the lady's name, but I do not think
Bonnie.
Bonnie. That's her name, Bonnie. I do not think she knows how or she can properly run a studio.
Mm.
And I'm not saying that against her, but I am saying against her. I'm just saying if you look at what has transpired, even with COVID, everyone wants to say the COVID excuse, and I can understand that. But the expectation and everything that's being said, she has never came out as the president of the studio and has said one thing. What's the guy that came over that was an old Bungie, and then he came back.
Yeah, and he came and apologized for
Then,
a
right, he
343.
apologized. He apologized. He apologized for 343. Now they just hired someone else to come back. And he worked on the original Halo when Bungie was located in Chicago. He just came back. Then you got Phil Spencer. Where is Bonnie? I don't blame Phil because I blame Bonnie. You are the one that should get reprimanded for how the game is performed, how the studio is looking. You're the head of the studio. You go down with the ship. Developers shouldn't take any heat out of this. The vision, everything's been said. Everybody's trying to focus on microtransactions in the game. The whole Halo is multiplayer is broken. It is
Yeah.
horrible to play. Halo Infinite, let me say that. Halo, the actual campaign, perfect. It's great. I'm not going to say anything against that. That
Except for
game is
them taking forever with the co-op. Because that
right. Well,
campaign is
true.
made for co-op.
But waiting on
Right,
co-op.
right. But you waiting on co-op. But outside that, as far as a campaign, it's
It was
still
fun.
it's fun. But that's my point where we're talking about you can see what happened if you don't have crunch. You can see what happens when you don't finish a game on time. You can see what happens when you put a broken game out. I don't Halo multiplayer. It
What's the
just
lesser of the evils, basically? What do
yeah,
you prefer?
right. But
This
I
don't have.
just
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think that people are pointing the finger at Halo this, Halo that. And I'm telling you, Bonnie is just from my perspective and working in corporate America. I don't think she's a great leader, and they don't want to reprimand her or not reprimand her or say, "Hey, demote her." Let's say that because it'll look bad for the industry because you demote a woman from a top position, and that's how it would go. I will always be truthful and say what people, people won't say that, but I think it'll
But
be the
that's the
Someone's
Halo.
gonna say
reality
it.
of it,
As a
though.
woman,
That's the
someone is gonna
reality
say
of
it.
it.
Right, right. But I don't think she has I don't think the studio knows what they're doing. I just don't think she has the right
He's not a
direction
good
or the
fit for
or
this
no, not
studio.
that role. That studio is too much for her. Especially if
Mhm.
they've been working on this game since 2015, 16, 17, whenever, and you still got all these issues. But I think we spent enough on that topic with her and Bungie. I don't want to go out on that.
He said, "Moving on," because that's sad.
Yeah, it's sad
But
because that was one of my favorite games. That's one of the games that
man,
got me
hey,
back.
yeah.
It got me back into video games. So Halo, the original Halo, has got me back
Oh
with the
my
Xbox.
goodness, that
So
revived a lot of gaming because that revived competition. Because a lot of stuff didn't have any good competition on the shooter plane. That changed the landscape.
Change
so
gaming.
true. I agree. I agree with that.
I
As
couldn't
much as
wait.
Call of Duty,
'Cause
as much as Battlefield, all of them changed the landscape in their own way.
yeah, I
agreed.
couldn't wait to play because I think I started with Halo 2 playing with Sir Rich and another friend. I was like, he was like, nah, go back play all of them from the beginning. So I did that,
Hmm.
and I was like, yep, all right, I got it, I get it now.
Now you understand.
Mhm.
Yeah, make it the same thing.
You're breaking up,
Oh,
Mark, a little bit. I mean,
oh yeah. I was about to say. I remember playing like Halo, the first one, like for the first time, and this was like, and keep in mind, this was like only like what 2 years ago. I for even though that game came out in 2001, I thought it felt like I guess opened up like a it felt like I unlocked something in my mind that was amazing.
A personal achievement. It went bloop in your head.
Yeah, I always thought like I thought like where has the series been throughout my whole life, really?
Oh.
Like the music and like the music, the gameplay, everything. Like Halo's definitely a great series. It deserves the praise, you know.
Ain't nothing like when you first hear that the drums kick in when you just see all this war going on. Oh, I gotta go in there and do what? Kill everything. Oh no. The pistol
Yeah.
with this.
Yeah.
You know, the blood was blue. You
It
know,
was aliens. It was aliens. Murdering aliens. Of course. That's what made it cool. It was like, like it's not humans, it's aliens. You know, it's all palatable for young kids when it's aliens.
I mean, literally gave you goosebumps. And then right before, remember the soldier that was scared? He didn't know what was happening when Master Chief met the soldier. And he was like, "Oh, the flood!" Right before the flood, they showed the flood.
Man, don't
Oh,
talk
well,
about
let's
I
not,
don't like the
let's
flood.
move on because
Moving
I
on.
don't like. Let's move on because I will say something. I'm agree with Sir Rich. That is the only thing I hate about Halo. I don't know what it is. That flood, them little nasty things, I
That
did
was
never like.
the
That
worst
was
part of the
No, I
game
don't like them, man.
ever.
Yeah, I don't. I don't
Like,
know.
it make my
I don't
You
skin.
didn't
know.
like the
I
Oh
don't know.
my
poppers?
gosh.
That
No.
is the
No,
only
the
thing.
concept about the
Yeah.
flood. If
The
they touch
concept,
open
yes.
skin, you gone.
Yes.
They just
It's no.
touch your
It's
open skin, it's gone.
it's just the
Gone.
way it looked in the game. It's just I
Ugh.
never liked the flood. And I'm
Little pus
glad.
buckets and
Right.
with
Playing through
tentacles.
I
playing
didn't
through
like the
that part
flood
solo
not
on
because
Legendary.
I didn't
Ugh.
like the flood not just because of like them being creepy, but because they in the first game they were literally like the most annoying enemies in the game. Like
Too.
first of all, I'm pretty sure they multiply.
Mm-mm.
They run
Yeah,
really
they-
fast.
Let's go move
But
on.
moving
'cause I hate
on,
the flood.
we continuing on it.
Mm.
What was it? Where we
What was the
headed
next
next? Where we
topic?
headed next? Where we headed next? Where we headed next?
You want to talk about the EA fiasco, which everyone's already talked about the 10 and multiplayer versus single player, and single player games are done.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't get
first and foremost,
why
I never
EA
heard of
is
this
trying
fiasco.
Who from EA
so hard
said
on
that?
that.
What was this fiasco? I'm not up to speed on this.
Let me pull that up while y'all are chatting. Hold on.
It was
It
posted
was
on EA Arts, Electronic Arts. Actually, they
Twitter. It was I'm
Twitter.
paraphrasing something about their Twitter account, and I just found it to be very stupid. So they were saying a Twitter account that said something about she's a 10 or a 10, and she only dates a 10 even though it's
Here
a
it
single
is.
player.
It says they're a 10, but they only like playing single player games. And then they
Wah,
tried to
wah,
double
wah.
back.
Bad joke.
And then they said, roast well deserved. We'll take this L because playing single player games actually makes them an 11. Like, really? Really?
Wah, wah,
That's
wah,
your band-aid?
wah. That was just but EA always trying to push multiplayer games. They always doing that. They don't like people playing by themselves. They don't never like it. It's just how EA does.
Look at that.
No, I don't think it's like it's how they do correct. I think it's all about the money.
Yeah, because they
How
trying to
much
get the monetization of games.
right. And what are EA's two biggest games? Well, maybe three.
The
FIFA.
Sims is a huge single player game.
Yes.
For
Yes.
how many
Yeah, you
years?
can definitely
Come
say the
on.
Sims.
But now it's multiplayer.
Yeah, that's
Now
true,
it's
but it's still
multiplayer.
largely
It's
Let me see
multiplayer
what
though,
else.
because anybody can show up. It's always online because you got to log in onto their service to get in it now.
But
They
it's
actually
not. But do you play with various people? Because I never played. So.
yeah, it
You
links. It
can.
links. It
But you
links
can
to
spend
the
mainly
neighborhood.
right the neighborhood, but you walk past them, but you can do goofy things around them.
Go to their house and all
Right.
that fun stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
visit random people online.
Go to
But
their
it's
house
like
and do
she said,
what?
it's mostly single player. Whatever. Sim
But
stuff.
Which
FIFA,
Y'all can
Go to
talk.
their
You
house
can be
for?
like, burn each other's
Doing
kitchens
sim
down.
stuff.
Whatever.
Murder their cat. Lock them in a closet somewhere. And
A separate
Whoa,
room of
what?
the house.
Okay, so basically, Lady Jazz, with that comment of it, what do you think? Give me your commentary on what you think.
I think, and looking through this article, it just looks like somebody posted this without looking for any kind of approval. Was like, whoops. And then, I don't know. Honestly,
An
I agree
opinion
with you.
piece.
I agree with you. I think it's dumb. Like, okay, so they made a dumb tweet. Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
So Rich.
I think it's just EA being EA because they one of the people that for the last 5 or 6 years they've been speaking against single player games randomly at random times.
Now check
I
this
just think they
highlighted.
just trying to get their multiplayer game thing settled because they tired of making single player. Because they didn't even want to make that Jedi game, and they scrapped a bunch of single player games, like good games that would have been good.
Yeah, but okay.
They don't like the market. They don't like the single player market. They don't like you say, they don't like the amount of money they get from.
Mega. Okay. Mega, what are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I find it kind of funny how a corporate company made a tweet like that. Won't like the Twitter intern be fired for even tweeting something like that?
Well, to be fair, the rumor has it, just to take up your space when we're talking, but rumor has it an outside firm that manages their account that made that comment. So let's not say it's EA, but to me, if you put it out under the EA brand, it's EA. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. Well, first of all, I was about to say that sounds like something like EA's mindset would be like. I kind of in the same boat as Sir Rich.
Okay. What about
yeah.
you, OG?
OG double M. Oh.
EA is just sarcasm. They get on Twitter and want to get some attention.
So you saying it's attention getter?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They known for doing that.
They known for canceling single players too.
Yeah.
Let me ask. So with that being said, everyone, how many of you? And I'm just asking, just real quick, how many of you played? Let me play this the wrong word. Purchased FIFA. Real quick, everyone. Yes or no?
No.
Nope.
Nobody. So no one.
How many of us play FIFA? Well,
No. I said purchased.
Nope.
No.
I'm
wouldn't
doing
even
this.
download.
Okay. Okay. Purchased. Okay. So how many of you have purchased Madden?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. How many of you?
But it's been years, you know that.
No. I'm talking about as of late. Let me change it to as of late.
Oh no.
Okay.
No.
He said, "Oh
Okay.
no."
You can miss me with all they sports
Okay.
division.
Okay, but all those are multiplayer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Technically, yeah.
And so the only game that left is what's that game y'all play all the time? Lady Jazz,
Which one?
Apex. And
Oh, yeah.
Apex. So
Yeah.
how many of you have purchased microtransaction outfits, suits in that game?
I
don't do
admit
that.
I did.
No, because I
maybe
never
Okay, let me
played.
ask you this.
one
Let
time.
me ask you this.
Like, yeah.
One time. Okay, let me rephrase it. How many of you have spent more than $15 on Apex?
Nah,
Crickets.
I
No.
see?
use the free stuff.
Okay. So I could care less what EA says. That's where I'm going. Because it's not going to make me buy something I don't want to play.
Nope.
So they could have their opinion, and it's point taken. You can say single player games suck, and you may be right, but you put out Battlefield and it was trash. That game should have never came out. It should have waited for another
Yo.
year or two. But that was multiplayer. I played it. I'm still in the trial. I want to wait for a couple. Probably next week I'll play it again. But my point I'm making is they can do whatever they want. It's not going to me. And that's the problem I have with a lot of people with microtransactions outside of kids. Kids, but grown-ups, if you want to spend your money on microtransactions to win the game, have at it. I don't care. And I know that may not be the popular opinion, but you can't make me buy something that I don't want to buy. Halo, I bought one thing on Halo for under $10 and I had a credit. And that was because it was a free game. And
There
I
you
said, let
go.
me support them. But I don't have a problem with something that's free that I know that's cosmetic. But if it's something that make me better or better than a person in the game, I don't like it. So I'm not going to buy anything in that realm. But the point I'm making is what they said is stupid, but it's still not. They will not make me purchase anything EA does outside of the Star Wars.
Yeah,
I like
because like I said, the one thing they did make was a good single player game.
right. So
That
but
Jedi Order was fun.
Jedi Order was a great game. It was fun. I beat it, and I want to play it again, but it's too many things out here to play.
Yep.
But if it was but I think it's in Game Pass under EA Access, but I may play it again if I can get more achievement points. I have to look at that.
I know that's right. Shoot, rack them up. That's free money.
That's right.
Achievement
So,
points, you say.
yeah, man, that's all it's about. And that is that's my point on the EA the debacle, because I could care less what their comment was. I think to some extent agreeing with OG. It's like when you need attention and you're not getting attention, and to sway everybody away from talking about Battlefield negatively, let's say something else to get people's attention. We're putting out 2 games that are single player. We're actually putting out 3 or 4 more games. They're doing another Mass Effect. They're doing another Dragons. What's the Dragon?
Mass
What's the
Effect,
Dragon Age?
Dragon Age.
Dragon
That's
Age.
all
And I
right.
love
Yeah.
Dragon Age. Dragon Age is one of my best games. Look at all of my
Yeah.
plays. So
One of my favorites.
one of my favorite. Mass Effect, one of my 1, 2, and 3, my favorite outside of Halo. So I'm not going to say EA doesn't make good single player games.
When they let
But
the people create the good stuff, but they be
Right.
having them in such a box nowadays.
exactly. So that's my take.
Titanfall 2.
Yeah, Titanfall. Regular.
Yeah,
The
that
first
was a good
Titanfall was
game.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the first Titanfall was good. I had a great time. But that was my take on EA. So that being said, let's go back to it. This is another topic, real quick, if we can move on. I want to get you guys' opinion on Sucker Punch. And since Megalixer
Ooh.
said he was playing 2 or 3 of their
Punch.
games, and he was like, what do you think about them saying they will not make another? They're not focused on those old games. What did you think about that?
Not focused on. Yep, I know what you're talking about. They said like they're not focused on Sly Cooper, Infamous, or
Yeah, Infamous, right. So what do you think about that?
well, I mean, even though I'm a bit disappointed. At least they didn't say, yeah, we're never going to make those franchises come back. They
True.
said it's more like a maybe next time type of thing. All in all, I feel like I just need to be patient for a few years. Though something tells me like the next game they'll make, and now now I start to think that they're most likely going to make a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which is a game I've never haven't played yet.
You don't have to say most likely. That's what they're going to.
That's exactly what they're
There's no
doing.
most likely to that. That's a
I mean,
definite.
yeah.
What about you, Lady Jazz? What are your thoughts on that?
On what particular? I'm looking for articles for the next thing.
Sucker Punch not making another Infamous game for a while. Focusing.
Honestly, I'm
Or
kind of
Sly Cooper.
Yeah, I'm kind of
You're like, ugh.
No, I'm just indifferent. Like, I mean, I didn't really play Infamous like that, so
I wasn't impressed with him. So let me just say that. I mean, it was
yeah.
fun. It was
It's,
fun. I'm
it's
not
a
gonna
fun
take
game, but a lot of
Infamous
games
was
have done that
fun.
better.
Exactly.
Right.
Infamous was addicting to
railing
me,
and all that
to be
stuff.
honest.
Nothing
Yeah, I
crazy
liked Infamous.
shenanigans. I'm thinking Saints Row. So
Never played Saints Row.
yeah, that's another one I started from the beginning.
But yeah, I
Mayhem.
thought Infamous was like pretty unique. How our main character Cole has like electrical powers, and the way they did like his electrical powers were really cool and creative, in my opinion. But yeah,
They're rich.
Well, I mean,
Mhm.
like I said, Infamous is a cool superhero game, but at the same time, it's like, how could you make that new again from what they did? And plus, my thing is, I always want the new games, the new and more imaginative stuff. But I think they should use things from Infamous, like the tools, to make something. But other than that, I don't know.
G?
Double.
Yes. I think he stepped away. Okay, let's say I think he stepped away. In my opinion, I mean, it doesn't make a big deal to me. But I know a lot of people are upset about them making the game. But to be honest with you, I don't think that game will have a sequel because games are very expensive to make, and there's a threshold or a high bar that they must hit before, like Sony's CEO said, they're expecting 10 million plus game. I mean, 10 million sales plus. So when you start thinking about that 10 million plus, not that many games have done that. And so they have to be very cautious because of budget and say, okay, what game, and it's sad that they have to do this, but hey, they have to look at it and say, what game do we think can hit that number to appease us?
Don't you think that stunts creativity?
You know what stunts creativity? Money.
Crunch
Yep.
Lack
time.
thereof. It's the lack thereof.
Just get to work and make some money. You can make them creative things later. Get on it.
It makes
I
them
mean,
take
it's
less. It makes them take less chances on games.
That's why we
Sucker
end up
Punch
getting
is
the
very
same stuff.
creative. I mean, I think they're just as creative as Insomniac.
I
You know,
think
they
so
get a
too.
lot out of Insomniac. You know,
I think so too. And recently, like playing those games, I gotta say, I recently become like a fan of that developer. Playing through the
but
Sly Cooper games and playing Infamous. But yeah,
but my point is, yes, but again, I'm going back to the point of saying if you don't hit the budget and you don't hit the game, it doesn't make the amount of it doesn't sell the amount of units that they wanted to sell. What is the incentive outside of fans wanting something that don't support it? What is the incentive to make the game? See, I think a lot of times we have a want, but we don't have a realization. My case in point, we're going to talk about it later, but God of War. It's a shame that, in my opinion, at the very beginning, uh, God of War didn't sell to me, the way everyone hyped up God of War, which is a great game, but it didn't sell 10 million the first month. If you have a 50 to
No.
60 or 100 million base, let's say if they had a 70 million base, they didn't sell 10% that first month. That's only 7 million games. So that means 10% of their fan base didn't buy it. That's, to me, that's an attach rate. And think about that when you have a $300, $400 million budget for one game. If said game fails, whose pocket is that money coming out of to recuperate to
Well,
get to
you
the
know what?
shareholders?
It's on them. I mean, it's a curse. They sell 110 million consoles, but barely clear 10 million, 10
Well,
million units
no, I
sold
think
of a
they're over.
game.
But no, I think they're over 20 million now. But that's been what 4 or 5 years,
Right.
and they're right.
It's
So
taken 5, 6, 7 years, and they freaking used to give it away like they gave away Spider-Man.
right. I didn't like. Did I pay for Spider-Man? I think I played
I
for
didn't.
one.
It
I
came on my
paid for one.
PlayStation.
Well,
Got that
mine did.
bundle.
I no, I had.
Me,
God,
Sir
I got.
Rich, Jazz. It came with as a pack-in with the PS4 Slim.
Oh, okay. Well, I had the regular PS4, and I didn't get it, and I didn't get. I didn't play God of War. Somebody gave it to me as a gift, and it just sat there.
Man.
And I didn't play that probably until last year. No, 2020. I started playing it, and it was a great game. I'm not going to
I
take
was
anything.
asleep on it. I was
I-
asleep.
I'm
That
still
game was
asleep.
excellent.
I have not
I'm
touched
not
it
gonna-
yet, and I admit.
Oh
I'm
my
not-
goodness. Wake up.
Yeah.
It's the only
Wake
game.
Give me one of your
up.
copies. I'll play it.
It was
Wait,
the
y'all
only
talking about God
game
War on PS4?
I bought
Yeah, I
day
never
one
played it too.
on the
Well,
PlayStation.
I didn't want to deviate to get that because that's one of the other topics. But I just wanted to go and just say that for 1 second about what did you guys think about Sucker Punch? So that was just a quick topic. So what's our next topic of discussion?
Might as well talk about it.
I think we had another one. That we wanted to discuss.
The mega events company that won't let E3 die promises to return to form in 2023. That was a mouthful.
How likely is that?
What was this? We me and Sir Rich was talking about this earlier.
You talking about
5 million
E3? E3 is planning on coming back.
E3. Right there. Boom. Screen.
The real E3.
E3. The E3 that you was like, oh, I miss E3. The
Mhm.
E3. Then go the E3. An event.
They coming
A
back.
place you could go to.
I think that would help. I think a lot of people miss E3, and people can say what they want. I think a lot of people miss it, and I think it will do well next year because Jeff Keighley's show didn't hit it out the park like people thought it would.
I mean, it's even weird how it's like so staggered. Everything's so staggered. You miss a lot of things in comparison to
Actually-
it being on a nice schedule.
And the actual fan hype from the
True.
audience.
True.
That is very impactful. So I think that fan hype does a lot for a game.
Definitely. Especially when it's live like that, you can see the live reaction, like, oh, snaps.
Right. So I think
then
that
yeah, it is kind of tame. Like, like when the Rock, yeah, I'm that. Like, yeah, yep, yeah, definitely.
I think, have y'all ever been to one? I think
I
the one
We
only
know
one has
who
I'd
been
has.
like
one.
to.
Yeah, him.
He's been
Him
to a
over there.
collection.
Yeah.
Mr. Royalty over there, purple over there.
Yes.
He's the one.
Royalty.
I think actually, like I said, I think E3 is off the chain when you go. I think it's an experience if you are a gamer and you got the opportunity and the finances, because you gotta have the finances to
Yeah,
go.
because you
and
definitely
have-
want to experience it.
right.
When you go.
You really want to experience and have fun.
It's
And
like going to Disney.
Shoot.
It's a lot of games to play. I mean, it's a lot of games to play, and it's a lot of stuff you don't see here. You know that they have the opportunity to present. You can't present everything on the stage for Microsoft, meaning, and you can't play it. You can't actually feel, touch it. When I went through E3, I was able to feel and touch. Somebody giving a Prince. I ain't mad at you on that one.
Purple rain. Purple rain.
Whiskey has entered the building.
Ain't nothing wrong with feeling and touching.
You got that right.
Touching and feeling and touching. No.
It's all love.
But that's my thought on it. I think I'm happy that E3 has a possibility of returning. Heck, I don't see why anyone.
But it needs to move around. Don't just be in LA.
Thank you.
No, but I think that's what you call this for, right? PAX.
Yeah.
Doesn't PAX move around? I think what we hate, and let's be honest,
it's a Ray Pop organizer PAX. They talking about getting in there.
Let's say why you guys said that from a prejudice point of view, and agreeable at 100%. But it's prejudice because we are in Chicago. We don't get any of that. Boston has a PAX. I think Austin has something like a PAX. I think San Francisco has a PAX. I think New York has a PAX. So we
have more hotels and more convention centers, and I think both of them put together. I think.
Yep.
Didn't I just say you coming from hate and jealousy?
But look, look,
it is what it is.
They're taking over.
It is what it is.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
More hotels and more convention space than both of them put together.
And they're gonna ask you for more money too.
Bring E3 here, y'all. Bring E3 here. You can
no whiskey. He is not wrong.
Beautiful Lake Michigan.
If y'all see here, they're taking it over.
Nah.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you guys that if it was in the Midwest, it would draw people from all over the Midwest if they did a show like PAX in Chicago.
Y'all
because
see here,
we're in the Midwest.
They're taking it over. So fingers crossed. There's a chance that they'll do that jumping thing.
Yeah, the PAX organizers are taking it, so maybe they'll rotate it. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure all these cities are sponsored. You need
anybody to
like
sponsor that because you need that at your convention center paid for. You get for that month. You got the audience coming in, spending money, buying things. Of course, hotels, all that money. That's bread.
A lot of people didn't know we used to get the Essence Fest. If I'm not mistaken, it started here too, and then it moved to Louisiana and all that.
But why? Yeah, that's true. Okay, so that's E3. That's E3. What is it?
What you looking for the next topic?
No, what was our other topic we wanted to discuss?
Other than the one we sipped into earlier.
Oh, the release of
God
of War and the God of War announcement.
That or the metahuman. He won. I think he won something. This mess look crazy though.
That's Megalix's gameplay, right?
Yeah.
Then you should have went back on the wall to jump up.
First of all, let's give
Let me pull that back up.
Here we go with the. He said it gets no respects.
Unfortunately.
No respects, I tell you.
Because they want us to spend all that money in the more expensive places. Like, LA is expensive. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Gas is expensive, but LA is not that much more expensive than Chicago. I think Chicago is great. Now, New York, that's a different story.
I think
so. What would be the average cost at an E3 in LA?
That you need on you and to get there and all that fun stuff.
I'm not going to say you have to be a part of the industry. That's what people don't tell you. You have to be a part of the either part of the media or whatever to report. You have to fill out all that crap. And they just started letting fans in. And when I went, you had to be a part of the media.
Oh, see, I could have been with. Dang. Oh,
yeah, if you're part of the media and got your media badge, pay that fee, blah, blah, blah.
Got experience in that.
but I wouldn't mind going next
Number
year.
3
I
in
mean, yeah.
gas. Jeez, we too high.
Gas prices are
Okay.
too damn high.
Chicago's too
Hotel.
dang high.
Did you stay 3
Jump on the
days?
wall. Yep. Smack it.
Did you stay 3 days?
I stayed for the whole event. There you go. He made it.
Because I remember when you flew out.
You
Wednesday,
remember when I went,
Thursday.
right? Yeah, I went out
Yeah.
Thursday. Yeah. So that lets you know I've been gaming with Double a long time, many of a year.
Back in my day, we had to press
So
all
what
those buttons.
what is our next topic? Finally discuss.
Let's do this God of War since I got it pulled up.
Yes, let's do
This
this.
is lingering in the air. I keep saying this. Poison bomb just.
I gotta say this podcast is really unscripted today, huh?
Yeah, it's very
Isn't it?
unscripted because I was out of town last week, so I didn't have
Holiday
opportunity
hangover.
to get it. No, I didn't have opportunity to put things together. I had to come back and get work done, and
Mhm.
I was inundated with things.
Bam.
Plus, I was doing videos and posting them just to post gameplay for the heck of it.
And we had topics. It's just we didn't have no real points to discuss, like pinpointed. So
Hey, we just
I
free
didn't- I
flowing.
wasn't-
It's all good. We
hey,
getting
it's,
all the
free-
heads.
it's good. Free flowing is all good too. So we moving through it quite rapidly.
Okay, so earlier this week, or was it yesterday? Oh, it was yesterday that Sony Santa Monica announced that God of War was coming out on 11/9/2022. That being said, all the rigmarole drama that was going on all last week, where people were sending pictures of not want to be seen body parts, DMing
Oh,
people
boy.
all the crappy stuff
Good
just
boy.
so they can get attention. But now Sony come out this week and they finally announced God of War. It's going to be released 11/9/2022. Everyone saw the 51 second. Was it
What?
51 seconds?
What was it? It was something like
I think
that.
it's
49,
51.
50.
Well,
something like
51
that.
second. Make sure you say it because I know they were saying it's CGI trailer,
Mhm.
not gameplay. CGI. So let's keep it
Story.
real.
Story.
This ain't even a
Right.
real thing.
So there you go. Everyone was happy that the game is going to be released. And everyone was in an uproar. Hey, the game is great, blah, 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 blah. So what do you guys feel about it? So Double said something very interesting today. It releases on 11/9. And let's hit this hot topic first. It releases on 11/9/2022. First, who's going to pick it up?
Oh, I'm gonna get it. Now that I know it's coming out on PS4 too.
It's a day one for me. It's a day one.
After I played the first one, and man, that one the first one. I didn't know how I was gonna like the new way, but that way dope.
Whiskey said me. Anyone else in the chat? Y'all plan on getting this?
All of us. Say
Yeah,
all of us.
I
Everybody.
will
Hand up.
I will finally spend $69.99 on the game because I
Oh.
refuse. Because it's for the PS5.
Oh, I know. You said
Yeah.
7. You said they.
Yeah, this is my first game that
Oh.
I will actually put money.
Oh.
I will
Yeah.
Full
refuse to.
price. Well, snap.
He said I ain't downgraded. I upgraded for.
Yeah, I'm not.
This is what I bought it for.
Exactly.
Why don't you get a collector's edition?
Are you crazy?
With no discs.
Right.
Yeah, I like God of War. I don't love God
But
of War.
I
You
will
could get
be
an
honest.
X. You don't need a disc when you got an X.
I will
You
be
know what I'm
honest.
It's the same
that-
thing.
I will be honest that I'm probably going to pick it up day one, but 100%. I don't think I'm going to play it day one.
I don't know, because
I'll probably-
sometimes I wait to play
I
games
wait. That's
when you
what I
got
say. I'll
time.
wait. Right, and then my time is not. I can't. Unfortunately, I don't have a luxury like a lot of gamers do, and I'm not.
Yeah, they sit down, they get
They can
down
sit
in
down
8
and
hours
they can
straight when they
finish,
come out. Like,
right.
no,
Mhm.
I can't do that.
the
Too
first day I
busy.
might only be able to play it for like 30 minutes, and I'm not gonna play it if
Exactly.
I'm too busy. Let some of the
because
excitement
that's not even
marinate.
getting into it. That ain't even getting into it. Forget that.
So did you beat it? One.
Yeah, I beat it.
Beat it.
Okay. So beat the game.
Everybody beat it.
Except for Moto and me.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
did not beat it.
Moto.
No.
Yeah, first of all, Double M, you definitely know. First of all, Double M, you definitely know I've never played a God of War game in my entire life.
Hey, you might like this one though.
That's on you.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we got
Okay.
every last one of them.
Yeah, I just
You
need
got
to
access. You
buy
got
or
access. So
borrow.
all you got to do is pop it in and sit down. Give it some time.
Who gonna let me
Got the whole collection.
I got it on disc, so shoot. I was thinking about playing that on Plus sometimes.
Even got the PSP ones.
So yeah, we all
Yeah.
plan on getting the game. With that being said, how are we going to address the issue that day one, let's say a week later, are we going to start calling this game of the year? And if so, game of the year, like Devil mentioned earlier, didn't Horizon 05 come out and they said they didn't have enough time to nominate it on the same day?
Yeah.
So will Jeff Keighley change his mind and make an exception for God of War?
You know they would.
And then would he be a hypocrite or a cheater?
Because that's
or
what
a fanboy?
that's how they already got it in people's minds. They already announced God of War, like they're gonna be in a Game of the Year edition for this year. They announcing it like that.
They can call it a Game of the Year edition. But my point I'm making is, would it be fair?
Not
Jazz,
if they
No.
did that to Horizon.
Jazz, what do you think?
I say no. Because for me, it's just like the movies. Every movie is movie of the year and all this. Like, just slow your roll.
Mega?
Well, no, and also another thing I'd like to mention is that I have feeling another reason why like Forza wasn't nominated was because it was simply it was a racing game, and the Game Awards are kind of biased when it comes with like single player adventure games, and yeah.
Interesting
Rich?
take. Yeah.
I would say it'd be unfair if they did that last year because it seems like I can already hear them. They already prepping. They're like saying that it's going to be in the Game of the Year for this year. Not that it's going to be Game of the Year, but it's going to be in the competition for Game of the Year this year. And they already putting that out there in articles as saying as such. That's why it's like, I don't know. They might sneak it in there, but it wouldn't be right if they did.
Well, let me tell you that. Okay. That's okay. Double, what are you?
I think they're gonna be biased. They were all hooked on Elden Ring, for the first half of this year. And now they made this announcement about God of War, and it's like they want to throw Elden Ring to the side. And all of them was in love with Elden Ring.
Okay.
And we haven't seen what God of War is going to be like. And they call it Game of the Year.
Exactly my point, sir.
They say it's going to be in the running for Game of the Year. Big time. That's a thread
That's
I keep
fair.
hearing.
Yeah,
they don't know.
fair,
It might suck.
Let's see.
Let me.
And it might be short, like I think it's gonna be.
Okay.
Hey, it's going to sell because it's a really popular IP.
Wait, the one got to get his take before we get into it.
Yeah, so let me look at it. Let me show you how they're going to play the narrative. Always look at the narrative. The narrative is it can be Game of the Year nominated because it is a third person role. Not what can we call it? A role play game, action play game,
Action.
Third person
role
action
play.
adventure
Adventure.
PlayStation game.
And the reason why we didn't nominate Horizon because it's a driving game. So watch how that comes out. That's going to be the narrative, which I don't think is fair. I think it's just by principle alone. If you say that it was cut off too late and it needs to be by X date, then you do not make an exception this year and say, well, we moved the date back. Because remember, they released everything last year, and I want people to start pulling receipts and start showing that when I think Jeff Keighley said something about, well, it ended October 31st was the last date, I think.
Yeah.
So that's 9 days later. And if he goes that far, then people will know he's very biased. And that can hurt his brand.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my take. So we can discuss now.
Twitter's gonna eat him up.
I don't think so. I think Twitter. I think PC and Xbox people will eat them up, but Sony people will make an exception.
Yeah, they could be like, y'all wish I could do that. Skirt, moving it.
Move the
Because God of
goalposts.
War is God of War. God of War is God of War. That's why I say that, because it's got a lineage. It has lineage.
God of War is a great game. I'm not going to take it away.
It's a great series. Not even a game. It's a series, a legacy at this point.
Well, the last one brought it back to life. It was a great game, but when they put it third person, that brought that game to life. Because I didn't like the other ones. I mean, I liked them, but I didn't like them.
Man, that old school smash and bash.
I didn't like the view. I didn't like, what do you call that view?
Over the top, kind of like Diablo.
Yeah, that bird's eye. Like
that. That's not my style of game. But I've got the games. But
Shadow P.
Yeah. But I think the game, and just like I bash Microsoft, I'm going to say what I want to say. It's no fanboyism. It's what I think is fair is fair. And you criticize where it's needed, and you congratulate and give kudos to when things are good. I think God of War, I mean, me personally, the way the game's going to play and the way the last one, I'm going to assume it's going to be just like the other. But like they say, never assume.
Never assume. Yeah. Because you do what?
I don't know about those, but I just know I'm not going to assume. Nope, can't assume. But that's about my take on it.
I just hope they don't do something that irresponsible. But they've done things like that in the past. And like I said, God of War is a lineage type game. It has a history. So
okay,
I don't know.
So let's go to my next point.
Okay.
I'm gonna take everybody's guess. I want everybody to guess. Two things. What do you think it's gonna get? Number. And how many units do you think it's gonna sell? And I'm gonna tell you what I think. What I think, I'll go first this time. One, I think just because of the name God of War, it's going to be 9 to 9. I don't think any game is a 10 unless it's perfect, and there's no such thing as perfect. And if the game does not sell 15 million units within the first 2 weeks, I'm not going to be impressed. With 100 million fan base, with 100 million units on the PS4, 20 million on the PS5. If they can't sell 15% of their fan base, I'd be shocked. When the first month, regardless of Game Pass or not, Horizon Zero Dawn was at 20 million and Halo was at. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, I know Horizon sold very well. I just didn't know.
No, I'm not. That's Horizon Zero Dawn. That's Horizon.
Oh, Forza
Horizon.
Okay.
Forza Horizon. They haven't even released them, but I don't think Horizon Forbidden West sold over 8 million.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, since this is Sony's biggest franchise, arguably so,
you expect a certain
that's my expectation, that game, the first month, has to hit 15 million units. If it doesn't
sell 15 million units.
I said me. And what I think is going
my opinion is
I'm just saying, look, double. Look at what I'm saying though. If you got 100 million to 120 million units on a PS4, and you got 22 million PS5s, and the and you don't have any games on the PS5, games anyway on the PS5. So that attach rate to the PS5 should at least be 40% to 50%, because you want something to show off the new movie graphics of your game, right? And then the PS4, If you just get 10% of that base, that's 10 million. And
10
if you
million.
get 5 to 10% of your PS4 base, that's 20 million. If it's at 120 million, 5 to 12 million. So you mean to tell me you don't think that within the first month and near that holiday season, let's go to the week after Black Friday, and and I'm telling you right now, you're going to see that PS5 version and a PS4 version of God with Kratos on the face on one of them, because that big panel on the PS5 looked like you could plaster Kratos' big head on the side of it. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're gonna push it.
But I'm saying if it doesn't sell 15 to 20 million, to me it didn't do well. If you can't do 20 million the first week. Now, specifically when Call of Duty can come out and sell 6 to 7, 8 million in its first week. And if Modern Warfare comes out, Remake comes out to be off the chain, that can still, and it's going to hit to this other target that we're going to talk about, that Sir Rich hit up earlier. He was like, the prices, inflation. How I said it last week. You guys don't think inflation going to impact? Let this recession hit in. Let's see who got this $70 for these games.
Game
What's your
Pass.
opinion?
Game Pass.
OG, what are your thoughts on God of War?
I think God of War is gonna be a slow burn, just like Spider-Man. It
Fine
won't.
what you
It
think
won't.
about
It won't do those numbers the first month.
You don't think so?
Nope. I don't.
Not even due to the saturation of the PS5 gaming, like, because he brought that up, and I was like, it might say saturation, but I don't know how many. Most people are sports gamers on the PlayStation, so I don't.
That's what I was about to get at.
That's true. I think a lot of the diehard fans might just grab
It's
it.
God of War a casual game. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't. We play it, but do casuals play it?
I think more casuals, little kids. I'm gonna say little kids, young men and women will play Call of Duty first, or Apex,
That is
or Madden.
true.
A lot of people, like they say, this is going to be the show of what a single player game. But then again, that was across 3 consoles. I mean, 3 systems. The Elden Ring did 10 million, but that was against the PS4. I mean, the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So interesting.
So it's a secret for single players. It's just a release on everything.
No, I just think it's a crowd that just don't play God of War.
I think it's a crowd. His point is
they must not be on Twitter.
For real.
I believe there's plenty of casuals that play God of War.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Did you play it?
No.
Me.
Yeah, you.
No.
Okay.
Did you have an interest in it?
But you had an interest. There you go.
Well, nowadays, kind of, yeah.
But you had played 1, 2, 3, or 4.
No, I've never played a single God of War game.
So where did your interest come from?
My interest came from when I got older. You see, when I was
but you haven't played it.
Wait, what's your point? What are you trying
My
to
point is that you're talking about casual gamers. If you don't have an interest in it and you haven't played 1, 2, 3, or 4, how could you attribute that thought to casual gamers? You are a gamer. You get my point? You are a gamer. But now you're attributing something to a casual person who picks up and plays.
I see. Like I can't speak to them. Yeah.
Right.
Level.
I'm not trying to belittle to you. I'm just trying to see where you're going with that statement.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, okay. That's all I'm saying is that it's hard to judge a casual gamer if you yourself haven't. You're not a casual gamer and you haven't played. So, uh, OG is 100% right in that thought. I think that's a very good point.
Now here's the kicker. We so starving for games right now.
Who's starving?
Not me.
Yeah, I'm
I got a full
oh,
plate.
I got too many. Who's
Oh
starving?
no, I can't
you know
tell
what
from
I
people's
mean.
gamer scores.
You
I
know
have
what
a
I
pretty
mean.
large
As
backlog,
far as
so yeah.
as far as getting that first party game, and this is one of their heavy hitters. So
Oh, that's where I'm going to. My point is so many people starving. Like you said, going back to your point, that goes you are actually agreeing with me in theory. If they're starving, then that game should sell 15 to 20 million
if
easy.
that's right,
In theory.
In theory.
in theory,
This is speculation. So my point with that is that okay, how is that not possible? And it's to me, it's a failure if it doesn't. I'm not wishing ill. I'm just saying that with the
If it don't
lack of
hit the
game,
numbers in that amount of time with the market, the gaming
right?
market, the way for PS5, the way it's saturated.
Exactly. PS4,
now
PS5,
what day Call of Duty comes out?
29th. That's what I just see. Yeah, then that goes back into the
29th.
casuals. I think the 29th. It does say the end of October, somewhere around there.
And that's gonna soak up a big part of the market. Big.
Well, let's go back into our inflation theory and recession theory. If you have $70, because I'm not playing Call of Duty until I find out when Microsoft buying it, because I want the game and I want it free.
I know
So
that's
I'm
right.
I don't care. I can wait. But my point is, a lot of people can't wait. So you have your Sony because it sells better on Sony because of the marketing deal. And if I only have $70, and a lot of parents are not going to spend because you've got gas, you got this, you got this. I'm talking about parents. We're fortunate enough to do what we need to do, so we can buy whatever we want. I understand that, but we're not everyone else with gamers. But I'm talking about the casual gamers, the ones who buy Call of Duty. If they say, okay, where am I going to get most of my money? Now this is going to go where EA is saying. Am I going to spend my money on Call of Duty where I get beat the game and play multiplayer all day? Or I'm just going to play God of War, beat it, didn't have nothing else to play. No interaction with other people. What am I going to do? These are for some people who have to make a choice.
You play something for people who have more playability.
Hey, see, there you go. Because I still play. I'm in the Call of Duty now. I play, and I still play that because it's the
Like,
multiplayer.
I need to jump on that. It's been
That's
a
why I went
while.
back to Destiny because I missed the Crucible in that. I missed the
Yeah.
multiplayer.
Mega, do your friends play Call of Duty? Mega,
Wait, say
can
that
you hear me?
again?
Do your friends play Call of Duty?
If you're talking about like my group of friends, if you're talking about like my group of friends, then Ka- one of my friends, I think he used to play Call of Duty, but like not, but not so much, really. Not
Okay.
nowadays. Yeah, I do know
What?
like I do know all of like my high school, I guess you could say, classmates outside of my friends circle. They definitely play Call of Duty. I could definitely say it's a popular franchise with casuals. I could say that.
Over God of War?
I don't really hear them like say anything about God of War.
Mm.
Yeah. Especially when Call of Duty like mobile came out, like everybody in my like high school was playing that.
That and would you call more of those the casuals? Were they casuals?
I I wanna say yes because like the reason why I had like the reason why I say that is because like they don't like really explore like their I guess video game stuff. Like they play Fortnite, they play like Apex, they play the most like popular games,
They play the
Exactly.
popular game.
They play multiplayer popular games that they get engaged
Yes,
with
I
other
could definitely
Fortnite.
say that.
Serge, what do you think? Sir Rich.
I think if Call of Duty come out too close, it's gonna absorb a big portion of that market because there are some Call of Duty pays, especially if when that Warzone 2 comes out. Because if it's gonna be free to play, like the first one was, it's gonna saturate the market. It's gonna take up a lot of the market. So I don't know how that gotta work. It's gonna be people who really want to play it. Because like you say, like recession and money, everything going up, a lot of people not gonna have a lot of money. And if they got to pick a game, shoot, even I've done it. Like I picked a multiplayer over single player just for the simple fact I know I'm gonna come back to it.
See, I'm starting to think that Starfield was kind of in the way of Call of Duty.
I don't think that. I
It's
really
something
don't.
they're not
Well,
telling
you know what?
us.
You may be right. Yeah, right. That's I'm stuck on this theory. But let's know before we go to that to that. Let's let Lady Jazz give her opinion.
I don't know. I'm a little on the fence. Y'all make good points, but I don't know. I see. Okay, so Call of Duty. This, and I'm changing my own thought as I'm speaking. Call of Duty, I do see it as a casual, but I'm the type of person I want to play through the story before I even touch the online. But that's just me.
That's two
So
games, right? But so are you
yeah.
saying you go? Would you say you would play? Would Are you saying that in your thought process, that's why you would go to God of War because it's a single player game, and you would play that instead of Modern Warfare 2?
I will only say no to that because Modern Warfare 2 is one of my favorite Call of Duty. So
Okay,
I'm
now
definitely
that is
jumping
the
in.
most favorite. There you go.
That is, yeah. I
That's
still
why I was like,
own.
I'll
I still own the original copy, so I'm just like, nah. But yeah, after
and
hearing
you're
all
gonna
this
get a
other
lot
stuff,
more. You would get a lot more playability out of the Call of Duty, honestly.
yeah. But after hearing all this stuff about how I've been sleeping, I'm definitely going to check out this God of War once and for all.
That's good. I mean, I have a hard copy if y'all want to play it because I got it free on the PS5.
Okay.
So everyone gave their points. So no one wanted to give a number, a numerical number, because I'm sticking with mine.
I'm not gonna say nothing on sales because after you brought up all the stuff that's coming out around it, I think it's gonna be a slow burn. Like
Yeah.
honestly, they
Gonna
might
be a
sell
slow
maybe first month.
Well,
Let's
I will.
see, I say like 8, maybe 9.
If I was Jim Ryan, which I'm not, thank goodness, if that game didn't sell 10 million the first month, I'd be peed off because I'll be like, okay, you mean to tell me I sold 100 million units and this game, everybody, all my fanboys talked about it, they pumped it up, blah, 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 and I still didn't sell 10 million? And Elden Ring didn't, it sold 10 million and it's still going strong?
Where is it at now?
Replayability.
Did it hit 20 million yet?
I don't think it hit 20 million, but the point I'm making is that if that game hit 20 million before the end of the year, that'll be very good. However, I did notice something on Elden Ring. I'm like, I tried to look at the price in the Xbox games store. It wasn't available. So I'm like, is that coming to Game Pass? I'm like, nah, they ain't gonna help me. They ain't gonna hook me up because I'm gonna buy it on Amazon. It's $45 on Amazon, physical copy. I'm trying to wait till Amazon Prime sale on the 14th and 15th before I
Yeah,
buy
you
it.
see the physical copy market drying up.
Mhm.
Hard to find a physical copy of anything nowadays.
But that is it. Is what I wanted to talk about as far
You
as
still got
that.
your neighborhood GameStop, you know.
You can go to GameStop all you choose.
Their stock is doing very well. No.
You joke well. That was a good one.
I mean, we still got 2 in the neighborhood in the 5-mile radius.
No, here
Actually, 3 in 5-mile radius.
they disappearing around me. I only got
Really?
one I could
There's
go to.
3 in this
I got
neighborhood.
one
3
I could go to. Maybe
it's
2. No, I
3
got 2.
It's 3 within 5 miles.
Is it 3?
Yep.
I think I
It's
got
one
2.
by me, one by you.
And one up
Where the-
there off 115 in Morgan Park.
Okay,
Right. That's less than 5 miles away.
that's 5-mile radius, and it still be crowded. Surprisingly,
That's because a lot of people don't use Amazon or don't have credit cards. And there's
True.
some kids going there and running the store, and some of the people, and they get taken it, for lack of a better term, they get taken advantage of.
Yep.
So one of our last topics, which it should be, and we discussed it, what and how do you think inflation is going to impact gaming in the fall? Lady Jazz, what do you think?
I
Inflation,
personally,
recession,
with everything,
or is gaming immune to this?
that's an interesting point. I don't think it's immune because even, with COVID, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to compare the two, the economy with COVID, but there were some changes. People were tighter on their budgets and everything. With that being said, at this point in time, I don't think it's going to sway it very much, but at the same time, prices are continuing to go up. At the same time, I'm happy that we have Game Pass, and I really think that's going to continue to balloon as another option for people who don't want to pay full price on games, and so I think there's that, and then Sony, with their version. So I think that'll be. I think that'll be the economic band-aid that the gaming industry needs. For the time being.
To some extent. Oh, go ahead, OG. What do you think?
that $70 is still a hard sell on me, but I will do it for God of War though.
But unless you got a PS5.
Oh, okay. The PS4 version is still $59.99.
Right.
Okay.
So you saying inflation not gonna have impact on you?
Nah, it won't. It'll be fine. I think gaming is just healthy. Period.
You believe that?
People are very stressed.
People gonna find a way. They need to release.
Yeah. If you love gaming, you're gonna game.
What if you have a car and you got to pay $5 a gallon?
I'm getting a bike.
Yes. Get a bike.
Hey, I still catch the red line, so.
I can't even say what I was gonna say off of that. Somebody called that another line, so I'm not even gonna tell you what somebody.
He was like, "Oh no, I can't say that."
I still ride Big Red.
Oh, you ride Big Red.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What about you, Sir Rich?
I think it's gonna be I don't know, because the way they monetize these games, it has inflation.
You say what? You went out.
I said the way they monetize these games has an. Because is it the way they running these monetizing every game and getting as much bleeding of money as much as out of it they can. Now they talking about an extra 10. I can see them doing that, but the way they doing it is they making all these digital games with all those microtransactions. And to me, it seems like inflation has already occurred.
Inflation
Inflation,
has
yes,
inflated.
but right, but inflation has. But what about a recession? Just
Recession is
inflation
going.
causes recession.
The recession is going to affect it. Then more people will buy these subscription services. I think they're gonna buckle down on these subscription services, and then they just gonna be missing what they miss. Honestly,
What about you, Megan?
All right, so inflation equals higher tax for video games, right?
Higher
everything.
everything, not just tax, but everything.
The
Oh,
actual
damn.
And price increase.
item
Let's
actually
say,
goes up. Yeah, the
yeah,
actual cost of the item rises.
Dang.
things
Well,
around, like gas prices have gone up considerably and
Inflation,
caused
boom.
inflation.
Somebody with a
Grocery
bike pump.
store, right? Grocery store, your groceries go up. Inflation.
okay. Well, I'll say maybe slightly, not not like big, big, but I'm talking about like $2 more. two
It's
dollars
gonna
more
be
of
$10 if
price.
anything, because they trying to if Sony is successful with that $70 sale, oh, it's gonna be a new day.
Well, I mean, digital copy. I think we seeing that right now.
That's
Some of
why
the digital stuff is it's a little bit higher, dollar to that here and there.
and some of it's cheaper though. At the same time, some games only cost like $40. Like Naraka, that's a $40 game for the deluxe, which should be a free game, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
So,
that's a way for them to make a little money off the game, you know.
so you guys are saying that
PUBG didn't do
the
that. Apex didn't do that.
majority of you guys think inflation will not have a negative impact. I'm
Yeah,
understanding you guys correct.
Yes.
the majority.
The
The
majority.
majority says that, yeah, because I'm in the minority on this
Because
one.
I think inflation is going to have something to do with gaming 100%. And if the recession gets any worse, we're not in a recession yet, but if another straight quarter of negative growth,
Yeah, we're gonna hit a major recession.
we'll be in a recession. So if companies start laying people off, because companies, I don't know if you know, stop the hiring, and now you're going in reverse. You're not going to hire people. Thus, if you're not hiring people, people are unemployed, and they don't have the stimulus packages, and they shouldn't have, because that's technically what kind of charge cause inflation. And if you don't have all that in play, then you have inflation. We're in recession. Where are people going to get the money from? And I do think, to some extent, come let's see, July, August, September. So the middle of August, the middle of October, they'll report numbers. All these companies, Microsoft's going to report, all the big companies are going to report numbers starting at the end of this month and into next month, report the results for the second quarter. Microsoft and all of them are going to report the next quarter. And you'll see how inflation is impacting it. Once you start seeing these profits going down, you're going to see what companies do. When profits go down, what's the first thing companies do?
Start laying off.
The fat.
Exactly.
They cut the fat.
They cut. I'm not going to say workers are fat. I'm going to say they want to bolster that stock price, and the first thing they want to do is
they fire individuals,
yes,
furlough, layoff,
so they got to make that stock price look good, and
fluff their numbers.
Right. So in my opinion, to some extent, they're definitely going. The gaming industry will have an impact.
But you know, we're in a weird spot with this pandemic because everybody's
coming
still
out
out.
of the pandemic.
Yeah, we still in the pandemic. The pandemic.
But like this, we can call ourselves out of the pandemic.
We still in it.
We're still in the pandemic,
We
but
still
people
in
acting like there was no pandemic. So
yeah, that's how they acting.
Still,
Right.
oh my gosh.
They're like, it's over. We don't need any protections
Right.
anymore.
I still think we're in a weird spot.
we're in a weird spot.
Man.
I'm not going to
Definitely, we in a spot of regrowth and figuring out how this world gonna work
but
moving forward.
But I do think in gaming we're going to a lot of games are not going to do well this year, and I think thankfully for I guess PlayStation's new PS Plus, Essential, whatever service you choose to call it, and Game Pass, I think they're going to have growth. I think they're going to have growth if inflation hits harder because a lot of parents see value in only spending. I can afford $15 or $10 a month. If I can afford $10 a month for my kid, and that gets him 7 months of games of playing anything he wants on his Xbox,
I'm down for it.
there you go. I
That
mean,
was
then
my
I can
main
get him
point.
that right. Then I can get $10, and if I can stretch it to $120, if I have to buy him 2 or 3 games, and then he wants this game, that game. Most parents gonna be
Birthdays,
like,
holidays, maybe.
you're gonna take what I give you. So I'm gonna give you Game Pass. If you can't find something you know how you was growing up as a kid, and I know you all know this. Maybe Mega doesn't, because I know
He's lived the gaming life.
yeah, but
He
I'm just
had
saying
relics to play.
no. What I'm saying is when we were all growing up as kids, and I know uh Mega probably hasn't experienced this because I know who his father is, but I know that when we were young growing up and you were saying you wanted something to eat, I want this, that, and the other, and your parents would say, you better find something in that refrigerator,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So Game Pass is going to be the refrigerator.
Yep.
And your parents going to spend $10 on Game Pass, and you're going to say, I want this game. And your parents will turn around and say, if you can't find it in Game Pass, you won't be getting it.
There you go.
So, you guys agree with that analogy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
that's kind of the main why I think they're going to see growth, because you see value in that, and which goes back to the point we made earlier when we were speaking and we were saying it's dry, and we all bust out laughing, saying dry for who? Gaming is not dry for us because I think most of us subscribe to Game Pass, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I got PlayStation Plus, the lowest one, but I look at my little 2 games and I play those.
Yep.
But my point again goes back to that. The subscription services, I think, are going to strive. Or thrive. Let me say thrive. That's the word.
They're gonna be the survival tool.
Exactly.
Survival tool of choice.
And going back to the next, I think Double M hit on this conspiracy theory, and we're going to call it conspiracy, and then we can go to our ending. But our conspiracy theory, Double hit on it. He was like, he didn't understand, and you correct me if I'm misinterpreting what you said. You thought it was something up where all these games were just suddenly canceled. Meaning not canceled, held back.
Back.
Right. And I believe there is some conspiracy, because you cannot, not conspiracy, there is something to this. There is something that we are not noticing. And I think it was, I think people are saying, well, Microsoft doesn't know what they're doing. And this, I think Microsoft is like, we can wait. And there's something they're not telling us. There is something we don't know, and I don't think we should know. But for them to cancel those games like that, or not cancel them, hold them and push them back. Redfall could have came out. I don't care what maybe I'm wrong. I don't know the development phase or cycle. But even if they could have pushed that back to Christmas, what was the big deal if you're going to release it in January? You mean tell me you couldn't, and I'm going to say the word, put a little more crunch in there to make sure it came out in December? I'm being funny when I say that. I'm being facetious.
Yeah, because you said it like a candy bar. That's what I'm laughing.
Like, think about it. They're in a unique spot. We're gonna own them. You know what I'm saying? Microsoft saying we're gonna own them.
I think that's the point.
We can maximize that profit.
I mean, if they're selling like crazy, doing nothing with Game Pass, I'm like, they are going to meet that. What's
temporary?
Well, they're going to meet that goal of having a game every other month or every quarter, starting in 2023.
Yeah,
and I think that's because, to me, there are not enough consoles out to, and that's what I thought Sony should have held back, because to me they need at least 30 million PS5s out, and with the regulars to boost up that attach rate.
Instead of trying to use this game to drive sales.
Exactly. How are you going to drive sales when you only have X amount of PS5s?
And
They already
no
started.
new production in the near
Right.
future.
So tell me, how are you going to do that?
Houseway.
Like, you ain't got the chips for that. You need more ducats, bruh.
So that's why I don't understand. I think
Trying
they
to play
put it
some
out
poker.
there. So I think, like you said, I think it's just didn't make sense. To me, it looks like a big bumbling, and I would say bumbling idiots running things if they are saying if they think Microsoft or any development company or any company, and that's what I think gamers think, is that Microsoft and all the rest of these game or development companies bumbling idiots for saying, okay, you mean to tell me they don't know how to manage a company and manage this? They're a trillion, 1.5 to 2, 1.5 to 1.85 trillion dollar. I had to look up the stock price. $1 trillion company. Do you think they got that big by being stupid? Now, in the lawyer phase, they're saying, oh, Microsoft got all these big lawyers, so they're going to make sure this deal goes through. Apply the same logic to what they're a software development company. So they deal in software. I don't think the crunch is the issue. I think there's a bigger game plan at play that we
They
don't
just
see.
get their ammunition ready.
I just think they just said, why rush it? I just really believe that. I don't
We
When
got the
have
good
you
stuff coming.
known? When have you known Bethesda to delay a game?
Well, I
Bethesda
think
don't delay
Bethesda,
games.
yeah, that's true. But I think Bethesda, now that one, as far as Bethesda goes, maybe they should have did right. The Bethesda, because of 76, they have to make sure that's right.
Well, 76
But
was a major hurt.
right. But then again, it goes back to the theory. Why would you announce it a year ahead of time, knowing what CD Project Red has gone through? Why would you announce that game that early and put your foot in your mouth?
Right.
I don't get that. That is what I don't get. And so, like you
What
say,
to it?
developers came
More
out
to
and
it.
right, but developers came out and said, one developer, well, the game wasn't ready and it's like crap. Was that planted? I don't know. But I just don't think a developer or somebody who worked on the game could come out and say something like that without having his rear end handed to him and fired, and they're under NDAs. So who can talk like that and say, oh, I used to work on this team and I did this and I'm not under NDA, so I can say whatever the devil I want to say?
Yeah, it's something don't sit right. You're like, that's a plant.
To me, sometimes I don't know. I mean, I'm not an insider. I just try to use logic, and that's the only thing I can work on.
This does not make sense.
I don't know if it makes sense or not. I'm just saying that doesn't make sense to a degree. It's just A plus B should equal C.
See, like there's some part of the equation that's obscure here.
Because even if you take that to Redfall, I mean not Redfall, but Starfield, how would you apply that to Redfall? Redfall, and then immediately after Redfall, you announce that you put out all these commercials or advertisements. It's not called commercials showing off Redfall. Why would you do that? And the game is 6 months away.
Right.
But it wasn't ready. But the gameplay that I saw looked real good.
Yeah, it looked ready. That was actual gameplay.
That was actual gameplay. So I don't understand what's going on. But that's what I have to say. So, guys, what else do we have to talk about? I think we hit all our topics. Next week, we'll have more things to talk about because I'm sure there's more stupid things people on the internet and people are going to say something wrong about developers and this, that, and the other.
And more gaming news will be coming out during the week.
Oh, speaking of which, we can end on this one too. I thought about this one. What did you guys think about Skull and Bones?
I was watching a
Never seen
little of it.
gameplay of that.
But actually, me and Serge was watching a little of it today.
I was impressed with it, to be honest with you. What it actually looks like
I'm
is
mad at them. They need to stop showing me
Far
too.
Cry or what's that
I pulled it up.
or
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. It looks like Sea of Thieves, but that's how I would like Sea of Thieves to have looked. With that
It's
Agreed.
realism.
just
Agreed.
Black Flag, but it's
Yeah.
pirates.
With pirates, but it looks good.
It's just Black Flag. That's all I wanted for Black Flag.
And
Like
it's
them to
like
make us pirate game. Because I was
and
like,
it's
they
like
need to make a pirate game. Straight up.
it's like Assassins. It looked like it plays like Assassin's Creed.
That's why I was mad at them for showing more. I'm like, dang on game. I just want to play it.
I mean, it plays like Sea of Thieves, right? The treasure
Mhm.
hunting. And
Right.
I agree with the look though. That's the one thing that got me.
Right. The
Wow.
look, it looks I like the look. I like the character that the first character that they showed. I was like, wow. I like if you've seen the character the way
What?
I saw how they played it with the African American character in the very beginning when he looked
See, they
at
be wars on those
Is
ships.
this the same
the
people that
the,
made
the
7 Days to Die? Because the interface looks very, very familiar.
maybe so.
Let me look.
Oh no, it's made by Ubisoft.
It's Ubisoft.
So
It was. I mean, I just
Wars
think
on
I
those
like
ships.
the look of the game, and I think they're using that Denuli. What is it called? Denuli engine. What do they call that?
They moved off of shoot.
What's that engine called? Denuji or something like that. I'm butchering the
It's
name of
probably
that engine.
it's probably Nuji.
Whatever that
Because I
name
don't
of the
think they
engine
use
is.
I thought
they don't use
Ubisoft's
snowdrop.
in-house engine was called Ubisoft Anvil or something.
No, that's not it. It's the same engine that
Anvil
they.
is Assassin's Creed.
Well,
Anvil is
that
also
they look
on
like
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
the engine they use for it looks like the engine they're using Far Cry.
Mm.
Look at the gameplay. But
Yeah. You got that kind of Far Cry-ish
right,
look to
it
the
look
menu.
right.
Now that you
That's what it
said
is.
that.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at the
It
lettering.
does look like Far Cry.
It's Far Cry. And look at the lettering and all that. The fonts. The fonts look all for Far Cry. So, lady and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our show. So let's do our outs. And where is everyone playing? Where they're going to be? Where you can be fine. Mega, you go first.
He said on the wheel.
Well, I'm just gonna be here next Thursday, and after this stream, probably going to take a shower, eat some food, then take a
Oh,
night.
boy.
He said literally gonna go wash my booty and eat some food. Yeah, buddy.
I'm sweating here, to be honest. It's really hot in my house, in my room at
You need
least.
one of them cold showers, one of them cool downs. Get the cool down on.
I literally have a fan, but I don't really want to turn it on because that will interfere with like the microphone.
Okay, we
Mhm.
understand. We got that.
But
What about,
yeah,
that's
that's
good. What about you, OG?
I don't know. I got some gamers points to get. You know what I mean?
You sure do.
You said this last week.
I gotta keep working on that.
Now,
You know, I hurt my hand
better
at work,
catch up.
so
At work, you say.
at work, was it your game in hand?
Yeah, he was trying to game too hard and he sprang his thumb. Trying to I gotta catch up.
Well,
I know I
that-
passed a certain person up, and then I checked back today. They got 100 more points more than me, so I gotta.
Well,
I gotta
let's,
work on
since you're talking about said person was out of town and didn't get back till Tuesday. Said person had a 0 gamer score. Said person now is the top of the people that are in this
Not
challenge.
really, but you got me beat by like 40.
I think I got you probably 2025.
Let's get back on my dying light. Let me get back on
right. Get back on your dying light because I did give you credit, OG. You're not in last place. You're not in last place. You are not in last place, so you don't have to worry about that. We're not going to say who's in last place,
Oh
but
no,
you're
we
not
don't have
last.
to. No.
Well, first of all, don't count me because I'm not participating on this.
We weren't counting you though, so now you screwed it up. And so
Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
you about a process of elimination. You just should have just sit and said anything. But we understand. This is for the ones that are participating. So I do suspect since OG hides all the time, when I wake up in the morning, he'll be ahead of me. He'll go find some game and score.
Go
True.
play a little
Yeah.
indie real quick. Let me get this
Yeah,
indie in here.
But when we did have the clan, and I mentioned this to Mega, that we used to have a community game night,
Yes.
and we might want to start that back up.
We should have a community game night, man.
I'm down.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down.
When Lady and Sir are not streaming, but we can also do it when the night they streaming. We could be in a game while they're streaming. So
Okay.
that would,
Yeah,
we can do that.
That'll work.
Absolutely.
participate in one of their streams for community game night or something.
Yeah, we can, and then streaming a community game night. But we can also play. What's that game?
Fall Guys.
That's it. That's
Fall
it. That's
Guys.
awesome.
Fun
I'm
game.
down.
That's been a hit when I stream it.
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so you can find me at the one. I'm on my Xbox, PS5, more on my my Xbox playing the games. But if you see me this week, I'll probably finish it up. Plague's Tale, Hellblade on the PC, and I always play Call of Duty. And that's what I'm doing. Double?
Oh, back to me. Oh,
What games?
you can always find me here on Thursdays.
That's the only place we can find you because you sure can't see you.
No, show can't. Ninja. He said Ninja Smoke.
Ninja, he is invisible.
Like I said, I'm playing Far Cry 6. I'm gonna start Far Cry 4. I'm playing Binary Domain. Still playing Chorus.
Ooh. I still gotta play that.
I got to get Far Cry 6 when it goes on sale again because I'm not paying $50 for it. It's too old.
The game, you know what? Every time I think I'm finished, I have to beat another general.
Yes, the game is. That's like Assassin's Creed. Not Odyssey, but Assassin's Creed, the first one when they did the Egyptian. When they went to Egyptian, what is it called? They just updated it.
Yeah.
Origins. That game's long too. All of Ubisoft games are long. I'm good 30 hours. Give me 30 hours. I don't have to do 150,000 hours. Just give me 30. I'm good.
No.
You can have my money. Just do 30. What about you, sir? Rich?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, Sergio at Sergio Richard. My name's on the screen. You did. Twitch. You can find me on Twitch too. You can find me on Twitch at Sir Rich. Twitch.tv/SERRICH. You can find me on Facebook under Sir Rich Gaming and Instagram under Sir Rich Gaming. Wednesdays I stream at 7:30 and Fridays is the same, 7:30 Central. You can find me and we're gonna be playing some games and be having some good old times. Yeah. Let me stop.
Yeah. Lady Jazz, did you go?
So no, I didn't go. Yeah, you can find me. I'll put my info in the chat. Boom, there you go. I'm on Twitch, Jazzymoto, JA5ZYMOTO. Same on Twitter, YouTube. I stream some Tuesdays when I have the energy. The occasional Wednesday. Fridays, the last few weeks been going till 3 a.m.
Wow.
And Saturday mornings I do art streams. So check me out. Y'all got any ideas what you want me to draw? Send them my way. Oh, and real quick, and this goes for everybody, people watching and you guys here. I'm doing a birthday stream, 7/17. doing some giveaways and prizes. So I'm giving away some of my art. So yeah, tune in for that.
That's a Sunday, correct?
That is, yeah, it's a Sunday. I might do one Saturday as well. I'm just looking. My chat did not send to everybody. So, but yeah, I'll put that in there. But yep, 7/17. It's my birthday weekend. I'm gonna be doing some prizes and giveaways. So just hit that follow button to enter. So if you're
Okay.
feeling generous.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for showing up, and thanks to the chat. See y'all next week. We will have a better organized
Yeah, just
itinerary.
itinerary.
This itinerary because I
Yeah,
was
brother.
out on everybody else's
He's coming
busy
off the
as well.
holiday.
Yeah, the
Holiday week.
holiday. Yes.
Holiday weekend.
And be sure to watch our channel. And we put up videos at least every other day. We're going to try to put up gameplay just to show we're gaming, not long videos yet, and gameplay walkthroughs. I think we should give one of our, like Megalixer, the opportunity to do a walkthrough when he gets a chance on one of his Nintendo games.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be
Nice.
great. Yes. I'll probably do a walkthrough next month, but I want to do it on a new game. All the other games I'm playing is my back catalog. So like Resident Evil 8, I'll start playing that. See, that's my game double that I'm just saving for when you think you're getting close to me and I need gamer score points. I'll just pop that in. See how I roll? Anyway,
Yeah.
everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks, chat. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of our experience. And we appreciate you guys. Give us a like, as always, and follow Lady Jazz and follow Sir Rich. They do their live streams. Give them support. On that note, I think we're out.
Yeah.
All right, peace out.
All right.
Holla, holla.
Don't forget
So
to
Rich, put that in
subscribe.
the chat. Yep. Everyone in here.
Holla,
hit that
holla.
like button.
Chat. Yep. Holla, holla, holla.
Holla, holla.